So it is time to change over my Arthur Rackham Alice in Wonderland illustrations to a more Halloween friendly illustration. So I have printed out the original illustrations by Arthur Rackham for the book, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, as a part of my dining room theme this year. And these are free for you to download, so don't forget to check the post. It'll be linked below for you. So I'm just going to pick 4 of my favorite illustrations from the book to put up in my dining room as a part of my Halloween decor. So it's really just simple. I printed out the 5x7 versions, and there's also 8x10 versions if you like those better. And all I'm gonna do now is use my paper cutter and put them in the frames. It's really simple. So let's get to it. The next project I have is some pillow covers. I bought 2 of these pillows. They are rectangular. Not really sure what size they are. I'm gonna have to measure. But I bought them at a thrift store, and they had a different cover on them, but I left those at the thrift store because they were ugly and I didn't like them. These are not down pillows, which is what I typically would have bought. That's what I try to stick to, but I'm actually going to end up putting these in my son's bedroom anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. And then I got some fabric on clearance at Hobby Lobby that I really liked and kind of reminded me of Katrina Van Tassel's dress in Sleepy Hollow movie. So it also kind of reminds me of Beetlejuice, so a little bit Halloween-y. So I'm going to be making some envelope pillowcases for these pillows. I thought it would be fun. Let's get into the project. First things first, I'm going to measure my pillows because obviously I want to make pillowcases that are the correct size. I'm just going to get out my measuring tape. 25 by 16, so that means 26 by 17 should be my first cover. So for the first pillow, I'm going to do the stripe. I think I'm going to do this way. Let's see which direction the fabric goes. Okay, yeah, it's longest lengthwise, so that's probably the direction I'm going to go in. So I want 26 by 17. I've got pillow number 1, the long front piece, and then the 2 back pieces that are going to envelope over each other. Now what I did was I added 4 inches to each side panel. So this was 26 inches, so I divided it in half, which would be 13 inches, and then I added 4 inches of an overlap to create the envelope. And I did the exact same thing with the second pillow. So this is going to be the front, and these 2 panels are going to be the back panels. And I gave a 1/2 inch of overlap on all of the edges for your seam allowance. And I have never made these before, so if I can make them, then you can make them. That's how this works, basically. I have very rudimentary sewing skills. I can do basic things, and this is basically a box, so surely we can do this, right? Surely. All right, let's see if I can get this sewing machine up and running, because it does not like me whatsoever. Well, that was an easy enough project. Like I said, if I can do it, you can do it. This is so cool. I really love it. We've got this one, the opposite. And I think those are so neat. I love them, and I think they're gonna look great on my son's bed after Halloween is over. I'm gonna make 2 more small ones, and I will show them to you when I am done. But do not get intimidated by this process, guys. I was kind of intimidated a little bit just because I've never done it before. These are my first envelope pillowcases, and they're obviously a smashing success. So you can do it if I can do it. I believe in you. All right, on to the next project. I've got some smaller pillowcases to make. Okay, I finished the 2 small pillows. I made these the same on either side. And I made these stripes on this pillow actually go in the opposite direction. So the other one goes lengthwise and these went up and down. Super easy process. I love them, they're really cute. Okay, let us get back into the projects for this dining room. I decided I had accidentally cut some wrong pieces while I was making these tiny pillows. I was like putting them together and I had miscalculated the 2 flaps, and I was like, I don't know what did I do? I don't know what I did wrong. So they were way too small. So I decided to use the fabric to actually make some curtain holders. So I figured if I couldn't get black curtains for this, which is what I actually wanted, I just couldn't find any that I could even dye or anything like that. I had found some lacy, what I thought were curtains, and I was excited to pick them up at the thrift store, only to open them up and discover that they were tablecloths and they were not long enough to use as curtains or drapes in this room. So I went ahead and made one for each of these, and I sewed a little brass button up into the corner for beauty, you know. Let us get to dyeing these beautiful napkins and this beautiful tablecloth because I'm excited to use them in this dining room. I just really hope I don't ruin them. Hopefully, since I'm going for black, the least I could do is like not get it completely black, and then I would just have to do it again, hopefully. All right, let's attempt this. I should have bought 2 bottles. But that's hindsight. I obviously cannot read the directions if I don't have the actual product. So if I have to, I will go back and get 2 more bottles if this doesn't work out well. So it says on the back to pre-wash the fabric. So I guess I'm going to fill this with hot water before I even start.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too.
I love your eyes.
Thank you.
And I love your hair.
Thank you.
And I love your shirt.
Thank you. Even though my shirt is sad looking.
It's dirty.
Yeah, it's dirty. It's got stains and... Now I may actually go and run into town and get like 3 more of these bottles because I really do want it black. I don't really want it gray, so, or I don't want it splotchy either. So I'm gonna go look into that. So I washed the tablecloth and the napkins completely, let them go through the cycle, and then this morning I put them in my washing machine, my top loader, to soak, and I put it in with the 1 bottle that I had, and I let that soak pretty much all day. And then I actually went to the store to pick up 3 more bottles. So I did 4 bottles total. And then according to their directions, you were also supposed to add a cup of salt. So I did that as well. And I put in the hottest water that obviously my washing machine could put. And then I let that sit for probably a couple of hours, and I agitated it several times so that all of the fabric could work in with the dye and it could move around and get a really thorough coat. So far what I'm seeing is a very thorough black coat. However, I will say that turning this black, I definitely see a good reason why you should 100% always wash anything that you get from garage sales or thrift stores, because I have been pulling off white cat hair in giant clumps. Like, look at that. It's a lot. It's disgusting. There's giant chunks of white cat hair, but look at that. Obviously with the light shining through it, it looks like not as black as it is, but so far it's looking like a pretty good coat of black. It's not blotchy at all. It just looks black. Same for the napkins. So here's one of the napkins. Very much black. Beautiful. They look beautiful. I'm so excited. I'm just gonna put them in here for another wash with warm water, and then I will throw them in the dryer. And we will see what they look like tomorrow once they are completely dried, and then I get an opportunity to iron them and put them on the table. So yeah, if you don't want some elderly lady's hair and her cat's hair all over your dining table, you should probably clean your linens and all the stuff that you bring back from purchasing used. I'll see you tomorrow. So I just pulled these out of the dryer. I should have pulled off more of this cat hair because it didn't take all of it. It took off a lot of it, but not all of it. But regardless, look at this beautiful black tablecloth. I am so excited to get this on the table. It came out great. Completely even color, even despite having had stains in the center of this cloth. I was kind of worried that it would cause like an uneven coloring or discoloration, but it really didn't. It's really evenly black all throughout the entire thing. All right, let's get to the rest of the tablescape and the rest of the decorating of the room. I'm excited to get this on the table and build out my Halloween tablescape. This embroidery is just gorgeous. Especially now that it's black. Look at that. It's just like beautiful. Beautiful. I'm so happy with it. I've got my jack-o'-lantern cut out here. This is the design that I want to do on the pumpkin. So I'm just going to cut it out, and then you guessed it, I'm going to make a stencil. I've got my pumpkin here, and I'm going to want to trace these on here, but I think I'm going to have to probably cut out each element. The pumpkin is crying. Pumpkin tears. All right, now for the carving. Done carving it. But I'm thinking that I'm going to paint around it to accentuate it a little bit more. Well, there you have it. My dining room is completely decorated with my theme, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and I hope that you have enjoyed this entire process as much as I have. From the Arthur Rackham Legend of Sleepy Hollow illustrations up on my walls, to the pillowcase sewing tutorial, the curtain tiebacks, which were an unexpected project from me, and then the apothecary jars. And if you didn't see that video, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that up here for you. That was a really fun project that I really enjoyed. Dyeing the tablecloth and the napkins. The jack-o'-lantern, which is my centerpiece. I think it adds fun and charm to the whole table spread. I love the napkins in the center with the black satin ribbon. I also love these plates that I found last minute at the Dollar Tree. They are so cool. They just add a little bit of a fun element to the tablescape. Also, the oil lamps in here lit. It just adds so much much of that peace and the calm and the old-fashioned. That's something that I love a lot, and I am really happy that I was able to bring it into my dining room for Halloween. I did the Sleepy Hollow sign, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go trace around the letters with probably gold paint to make them stand out more, because they just don't stand out very much on that dark wood. If you haven't seen that video, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that up here as well. So that project was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the creative aspect of it, and not spending any money was another enjoyment for me. I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for letting me share it with you. I hope that you enjoyed the entire process, and don't forget to come back for more great videos coming up. I have some wonderful furniture restoration projects coming this month, as well as that grandfather clock repurposing project that I have finished. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again later. Bye. Thank you.